The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
For the second straight week, the Badger defense keeps the opponents out of the end zone. A shutout last week against Miami and only a first quarter field goal from Troy as Wisconsin defeats the Trojans out of the Sun Belt Conference 28-3. Touchdowns in each of the four quarters for the Badgers, and again playing without Corey Clement, the combination of Taiwan Deal and Dario Gumbawale combining for 159 rushing yards. Joel Stavi very efficient once again through the air. We'll hear from the victorious Badgers. We'll also talk a little inside linebacker play. We'll hear from defensive coordinator Dave Aranda, and of course we'll sit down with head coach Paul Chryst. All of that coming up on today's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
Stavi barks out the signals, takes a snap, hand off Gumbawale to the 15, cutting left to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Wisconsin. Oh, a sweet move by Dario Gumbawale, and he takes it to the house. Shotgun snap to Stavi, looking right, looking left, shuffles to his left. Stavi on the move, on the run to the 5, Stavi to the end zone. Touchdown Wisconsin. Here's a snap to McAvoy. He'll probe the right side and he'll get to the 30. Little stop and go move. 25. McAvoy the 20 to the 10 to the 5. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown Wisconsin. Tanner McAvoy on the run. Takes it home from 32 yards away. Play the game of basketball a little bit. Here's Stavi on the roll to the right. Throws end zone. Trailer got it. Touchdown Wisconsin. How appropriate is that? A terrific catch to set up the score, and then Trailer gets the score on the 1-yard flip from Joel Stavi.
You never want to be satisfied with where you're at, especially after week 3. There's still a lot of room for improvement. There's still a lot of ground to be gained, I think, for us as an offense, for us as a team. So, we're happy with the win, but, we're not satisfied, I guess, with where we're at.
Looking under pressure, and down he goes. Back to throw, 4-man rush. Left side pass, Erickson wide open at the 50. Left side 40, and it's intercepted. Michael Caputo across the 30. Goodbye, touchdown, Corey Clement.
Paul Chryst is our new head football coach at the University of Wisconsin.
Brought down by Vince Beagle. That's a sack.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Hy-Vee, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Quick Trip, Toyota, by Adidas, Pick and Save, by Zimbrick European, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Throw in Bucky and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Go check out your new Hyundai. I'll be with you in just a minute. On Wisconsin.
To some of us, home improvement isn't a chore. It's a privilege and a satisfying part of owning your own home. The tools and supplies you choose need to be able to deliver the same quality that you demand of the work you do. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand, and we want to help you achieve the best job possible. For your next home repair or home improvement project, we'd like to help you make your life better with genuine value. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I
am
a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I am a helpful smile.
I've been a helpful smile for 6 years.
15 years.
25 years.
I've been a helpful smile for 39 years.
I am a helpful smile.
I am Hy-Vee.
Some call it a miracle. Others call it science. But for those who've needed a kidney transplant like Kelly Krager, they simply call it a new lease on life. For nearly 5 decades, UW Health and the University of Wisconsin have been national leaders in the field of kidney transplant, providing a new life for recipients and assuring a normal life for living donors. Miracle? Science? Maybe it's a little bit of both. UW Health. Remarkable.
Gustavi back the pass, 4-man rush, lots of time, down the middle, caught by Erickson at the 30, 25, 20, Erickson to the 15, and he takes LaMarcus Farmer all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Badgers improved to 2-1 with a 28-3 win against Troy, and again the Badgers without, among others, tailback Corey Clement in this game, which meant a lot of opportunity again for Taiwan Deal and Dare Ogunbowale. I know it's a work in progress, a lot of shuffling yet in the offensive line, but distribution pretty much the same, productivity good for both. You encouraged by some of the things you're seeing? I know it's early in the year, but encouraged by what you're seeing with this running game right now?
Yeah, I thought we were better. I thought there was more patience with the backs, and that's to be expected. You know, Dare, really, I think I was told is about a year now that he's played running back. In Taiwan, this is his 3rd game, and I think there's a little bit more patience there. I thought we were a little bit more on target with the offensive line. I thought Micah did a nice job considering really his first start and first extensive play. And I thought overall we were more consistent running the ball.
Yeah, you made Micah Kapoy getting a start. Jacob Maxwell, you rotated him in there. And yeah, the search for the best 5, I guess. And you have a couple of younger guys who fans haven't seen yet. I mean, really young guys in Benchwall and Dietzen. But fair to say with the young group like that, it's going to take some time to get it to where you want it to be?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's correct. And you know, Bo's making progress, and I hope to get him practicing here soon. And Dietz has got an opportunity last week practicing, and hopefully he's a guy with a lot of talent. And we are going to be a little bit of a work in progress. And then, you know, it was good talking with Corey today, and he had another good workout today. And so we're not where we want to be, and we're not necessarily with who we want to be. But I think we did take some strides forward.
This game was tight for most of the first half, but Joel Stavi, this offense has a little something about it. I know we talked about it last week on your radio show. Just something about those last few minutes where they seem like they know what to do, well-schooled, and they can just kind of cut it loose a little bit.
I thought that was big for us. You know, and again, it was one of those unique situations. I remember we had a TV timeout before it, and there was 3-something on the clock, and said that we've got to punch it out. And at the time, you know, Troy, we did a good job defensively keeping them out of the end zone, but they were moving the ball, and so we didn't want to give them another series, another possession, and so we wanted to try to punch it out. And then if we could get into a 2-minute mode, and it never quite seemed like that. And I was proud of the guys. We overcame a penalty, so we were in a first, I think it was first down, a long, and you know, Joel connected with Alex on 2 big plays in that, and I thought he finished it with a heck of a run. You know, it wasn't really what we thought coverage-wise, and he made a play out of it, and it was a big score at the end. And then I thought the big play in the game was Shobes' play. You know, the first drive that Troy had, and you know, they had a long field to go, and they were making, I don't know where that was at, like 30 or something, and I thought Shobes, huge play. And that's, your good players have to make plays. Joel and Alex was big, you know, in the 2-minute drive, and then Shobes on the stop in the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, that game, it looked like it might be 14-10, but the turnover, and then your guys come back, and then Tanner runs it in from 32 yards out, and then you guys you pretty much salt the game there. You had to go through some things today. A couple players were ejected because of targeting penalties. Before we get to that, let's just talk about, you know, when something like this happens, someone else steps in. Right. Chris Orr came in, and pretty good for a true freshman, wasn't he?
He really was, and you know, I was just talking to the coaches afterwards, and the one thing that stood out is that when he was making contact, he was driving it back, and that was something that early in fall camp wasn't necessarily the case, and yeah, it didn't go as planned, you know, and he ended up getting all the reps, and I thought did some really good things, and not just in the run game. You know, in the past he had a big 3rd down pass breakup, and he's gonna gain a ton of value from those reps, and he is a good football player, comes from a great football family, but it's been good to see.
I want to ask you, well, we talked about it on the radio after the game. Give us an idea of the process now that you and your coaches will go through because of the penalties against Leon Jacobson and Derek Tyndall. The crowd obviously was confused, not very happy. Nobody connected to the Badgers was happy, but from your perspective, what's the process now to get the clarification and just know what goes and what doesn't go?
You said it right there, get the clarification, because the one thing that we take a ton of pride in is coaching the game the right way. And we want, football is a contact sport, and we want our players to be physical, and part of that is knowing the rules, and we want to make sure that we're teaching and coaching the right things. Nobody in college football, coaches, players, we're all for player safety, and yet we want to make sure that we understand how it's being officiated, because that's where you don't want there to be any gray, and there certainly is gray in it. They're judgment calls, and everyone's been clear. We understand it, that if they're going to err on player safety. All for it. Mm-hmm. But we just want to make sure that we're teaching the right things, and I'm anxious to hear back.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a talking point throughout the country. Well, on a lighter note, much lighter note, the fire alarm works here at Camp Randall. You went through a little delay there,
Good
5
news
or 6 minutes.
It was a false alarm.
It was a false alarm. The best news.
I didn't know if the cheese curds got caught on fire or what it was exactly.
That would be tragic. We can't have that. Little comic relief there. There's nothing else you can do during that stretch, right?
No, and it caught everyone off guard. And I remember Shobes telling me, I think we're in the safest place. Let's keep playing this game. We felt pretty safe with it all, and yet the fire alarm works.
You just never know what's going to happen in the course of a game, but all is well. The stadium is standing, and the Badgers win 28-3. Hawaii is here next Saturday. Night game at Camp Randall. First home night game in 3 years, believe it or not, at Camp Randall. 7 o'clock kick for the Badgers against Hawaii. Coach Chryst returns in a few minutes with the Great Dane Great Question of the Week. All that and more as we continue with a Badger Sports Report.
Whose rushing touchdown was more impressive, yours or Tanner's?
Tanner's, hands down. I mean, he's very good with the ball in his hands. He's very natural, and the way he's really patient, letting his block set up. Mine was just there's no one there, so I ran. But I didn't want to not get in, so I had to find a way to get in. And I just got to find a way to be able to do that and maybe not flail so much, I guess.
It was, he did that last year too. He has this weird jump that he goes with to protect his knee or something. I don't know what it is. But he got in there. It was a big third down right there. We needed that right before halftime. And we needed that touchdown, and Joel knew that, and he made sure he was in there. It was really well blocked. I really didn't, I was just trying to get through the blocks. Everyone had their guys. It was a nice hole. I know when I got through, I turned around, I saw some guys behind me. And I should have trusted my speed, but instead I kind of just tried to pat him away, but he missed a tackle, and I tried to extend to get in the end zone. So
I think right before half, watching Joel run in there, he just jumped in the end zone. That was pretty awesome. Tanner was able to get around the edge and make that long run. So I don't know.
Would you call Joel graceful on that run?
Yeah, very graceful. Very graceful.
Throughout the week, we rotate a lot, and I just think the third week coming in, just knowing that rotation, every guy coming in, we're all more comfortable playing with each other. So it's coming slowly but surely, and by the end of the season, I honestly believe we'll be there.
I just got a good jump off the ball, and the tackle didn't, so I'd be able to get the corner. And then the quarterback kind of stepped up, so I kind of missed him, his body. So I was just swiping for the ball, and it was out there and it was exposed, so I got it. And then I wanted Mike to pick it up and keep running, but there's a lot of green grass in front of him. But it was a good play.
I was dropping back in my coverage, and I looked at the receiver, and I looked back at the quarterback who was looking down on the ground, and I didn't know what happened. I just saw Mike picking up the ball, went over and celebrated with him. My eyes weren't wide open. I kind of got my feet wet, against Alabama, and then last week against Miami, Ohio, I was just ready to play. Take full advantage of my opportunity and try to make plays to help my team. We trust each other. I say that nobody's out there like, oh, I'm gonna shoot this gap because I don't see my nose guard there. Everybody trusts each other, do their job, and everybody just plays.
I'm Carl Rick with Quick Trip, and my family, along with our nearly 15,000 coworkers, would like to salute the brave men and women who defend our country every day. This season, Quick Trip will match your contributions up to $50,000 to Camp Hometown Heroes, which benefits the children of our fallen military members.
That's a potential of $100,000 to support the children of those that paid the ultimate price for our freedom.
This camp provides me with an opportunity to understand that it's okay to grieve.
Visit hometownheroes.org to donate today.
on Wisconsin.
And Coker will flip it to the right side and is caught by Stewart. He is driven down by T.J. Edwards. The ball off the play fake, under pressure and sacked inside the 20-yard line. Leon Jacobs getting in there first.
You lose your inside linebackers last year, and you're looking to replace those holes. This year, TJ and Leon kind of came out of the competition, I guess, for those open spots. What was it about them that you saw, that you liked, and knew that these were your guys?
They're intelligent guys. I know football, and Wisconsin football specifically, means a lot to them. They work really hard. I think, athleticism comes into play, physicality comes into play, but the intelligence of knowing where you fit in each defense, knowing what coverage techniques to employ, they've got a leg up in that regard, and they've continued to progress that way. And as you go, you make plays when you're playing confident and you know where your fit is.
Yeah, I think I was just thinking it's a great opportunity, and that it's there to be won, and I kept working with those older guys that just left, to be honest with you, just to make sure I got on the field and was able to get in with the ones, for sure. Marcus and Landish and all them, they really just taught me how to study, how to study film, to be honest with you. And the way they practiced, it was, it's really good to see. And we used to go up in the room and just watch film, and they used to show me what to look for and the keys and all that. So it helped a lot.
Just to limit your missed assignments and to make the most plays and have the most production in practice. I think that's what Coach Randall wants. I learned how to prepare for my games, and how to practice, and how to go prepared mentally and physically heading into the game. I think those things played a big role for this year.
First game it was like, holy, like this is happening, but after that now it's I kind of feel, a little more comfortable, with all the guys, and I feel like the defense are coming together, really good right now. So, I hope we just keep building on that for sure.
I think the main difference is the role you're playing, obviously, and just a lot more confidence when you're going in, opposed to you're just waiting for that, for a player, if he gets hurt or if your name gets called. So I think that plays a major role into it.
The first game, we didn't play as well as we'd like to play. I gave them too much to prepare for, or too much to prepare with. This last game I thought was simplified, and so the fits were a lot cleaner, and we played a lot harder and faster, and we're going to try to go that route from now on. But I think they're playing confident, and they're believing in themselves and believing in the team, and I think exciting things are yet to come.
With our defense, the biggest thing is you got to know what you're doing, and how many different stuff we run. We have to make sure we know all those different keys, all those reads, and all that. So I think it's coming together with all the inside backers, and we make sure we all know what we're doing.
I came in not even planning to get a Mercedes, just hoping to get some information on some other vehicles. It ended up being the best financial decision to go with a Mercedes and go with the lease program that they offered at the time. It was a very safe car, a beautiful car. I could afford it comfortably, and I was pretty excited to get behind the wheel of a Mercedes. I had no idea how nice driving a car could be.
Find out just how affordable driving a Mercedes-Benz can be at Zimbrick European. Test drive at Rimrock Road, Madison.
At Quick Trip, we get to know our neighbors. It's nice, making sure you always have fresh buns from our bakery, a gallon of milk from our dairy, maybe even a pizza from our kitchen. We all deserve a treat now and then, and goodness knows you deserve to be treated well. It's what we Midwesterners do.
Right now, pick up a gallon jug of Nature's Touch 1%, 2% or skim milk for just $2.19, or 2 half-gallon bags for $1.98, right here at Quick Trip.
See you next time.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
Car paint that gets developing nations on the grid. Working together, our discoveries are greater. Boundless together. Subatomic particles that hold the universe's biggest secrets. Working together, our discoveries are greater. Boundless together.
This senior salute is brought to you by Hyundai.
I was bad when I first got here. I mean, I was light, I wasn't very strong, I didn't know anything. I came from a smaller school where we didn't pass the ball really. And so, you know, I had a huge learning curve, but I feel like I've come a long way since then, and you know, I've had some great help with older guys, and you really got to, when you first get here, have open ears and open eyes and take it all in. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with coming here and how I've progressed so far. I just want to keep getting better for this year. Ever since I've been younger, starting school, my parents have always pushed for me to do well in everything, and so I think, you know, having the education is huge. That's kind of why we come here. Obviously, football is a big part of it, but getting an education is as well. And you know, I take that stuff seriously, whether it's tutors or, you know, again, being a young guy, you don't know time management, so you want to learn to stay on top of your stuff and not get behind. And the resources are here. This is a great institution, a great program. We've got great staff here, and so, you know, reaching out to those resources that we have is huge, and you can't be afraid to do that. My undergrad is a life science communications degree, and I actually graduated in December this last year. I'm really unsure what I want to do, and so then now I'm in a master's program, which is educational leadership and policy analysis. I'm going down the athletic administration track. I get a lot of slack back home, even though we keep beating them. You know, it's all fun. A lot of guys support me too, but back home, some guys will, you know, say maybe it's this year, or we're going to beat you this year, and you know, we control us. They're a good team, but even the Iowa and Nebraska rivalries that we kind of have going on now, they're fun. I mean, you always look forward to them. They're big games. Fans are always into it. It's a packed house. It's loud. Those are the games you want to play in. They're what you want to be a part of.
Most people don't know that UW Health and the University of Wisconsin are national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. They provide new life for those who will likely die without a transplant, and they assure a normal life for those who donate. I would know. I donated a kidney, and together, we saved a life.
UW Health. Remarkable.
Throw in Bucky and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Go check out your new Hyundai. I'll be with you in just a minute. On Wisconsin.
At Pick and Save, you'll find a little bit of Wisconsin in every aisle. We're proud to provide hundreds of local products from all across the state, all at everyday low prices. Because as lifelong Wisconsinites, we love this great state just as much as you do. Believe you me. Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet, so Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together, and you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum internet. Where will it take you?
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Hy-Vee, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Quick Trip, Toyota, by Adidas, Pick and Save, by Zimbrick European, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Time for this week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week. We check in with Kim from Baraboo, who wants to know, when, Coach, did you know that you wanted to pursue the coaching profession?
Well, Kim, I thought I always wanted to be a coach, and part of it was I grew up a coach's kid, and I loved the way that we grew up. I loved everything about it, and yet I wasn't positive, and therefore I pursued political science in college. I thought, you know, let's go a different, maybe extreme, and yet, you know, I had an opportunity to be, I think two guys that impacted me were Coach Don Nealon. That was my graduate assistantship at West Virginia, and then my first job was with Mike Riley, and I thought, you know, that's the kind of guy I want to be. So I had some great mentors, my dad, Coach Nealon, and Mike Riley, and then now I get to the point where I'm like, I think that's all I can do, so I try to be good at it.
Sounds like me. I have no skill, so that's why I describe games people play. So there you know. Thank you for your question, the Great Dane, with the location up in Wausau and 4 in the Madison area, east side of town, downtown, as well as Fitchburg and Hilldale. The Hilldale Great Dane location is the site of Coach Chryst radio show Thursday nights at 6 o'clock throughout the Badger football season. Night game coming up for the Badgers this Saturday, a 7 o'clock kick as Wisconsin takes on Hawaii. We'll talk to you after the game next week. Thanks for watching.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum Internet. Where will it take you?
I came in not even planning to get a Mercedes, just hoping to get some information on some other vehicles. It ended up being the best financial decision to go with a Mercedes and go with the lease program that they offered at the time. It was a very safe car, a beautiful car. I could afford it comfortably, and I was pretty excited to get behind the wheel of a Mercedes. I had no idea how nice driving a car could be.
Find out just how affordable driving a Mercedes-Benz can be at Zimbrick European. Test drive at Rimrock Road, Madison.
Here's to the tailgateaholics, the connoisseurs of cheese, the block party planners, and the unsuccessful ice fishermen. We tip our cheese-shaped hats made of foam to you, because you are true Wisconsinites. And Pick 'n Save is proud to be the place you go to save on thousands of grocery items every day. After all, we're from Wisconsin too, don't you know? Pick 'n Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.